How's it guys, Justin here, and welcome back to another video of Justin on Cars. And on this beautiful, not so sunny day, we have this GWM Haval H7, and this is my first GWM, and I'm very excited to show you guys this car because I've had it for about a week now, and I am very impressed with this vehicle, 100%. So stick around to see what that smile rating is going to get up to at the end of this video. Before we get into this video guys, I want to tell you about the membership on this channel. So there's going to be a surprise if you become a member, but you have to stick around a little bit because I'm going to announce a surprise in a little while. So please stick around for that. But without further ado, let's jump into this Haval H7. So with the Haval H7, you get three different options. You get the luxury, this one over here, the super luxury, and then you get the super luxury hybrid. The luxury starts at 604,000 Rand. This one here is 674,000 Rand, and then your hybrid is 734,000 Rand. We'll get to the engine spec in a little bit, so just stick around for that. But there's quite a small difference between the luxury and the super luxury. But let me tell you, with that 604,000 Rand, you still get a lot of tech and features. So standard spec is phenomenal on all the ranges. The major difference between the luxury and the super luxury is the fact that the luxury is a two-wheel drive, and then the super luxury over here is a four-wheel drive version. And then your super luxury hybrid is also a two-wheel drive. But I think let's walk around the car and see what it looks like. Let's look at the design and style. You can immediately see it has this Toyota Prado off-roader look and feel to it, but obviously with a little bit of spare change. And let me tell you, they didn't really skimp on anything with this amount that you pay for this vehicle. In a sense, I kind of like this look over here. It does give an off-road presence, like a rugged look and feel to it, especially here on the side as well, with the wheel arches being in that plastic over there. There's a lot of, obviously these are not real bolts, it's plastic bolts, but I mean, it gives that off-road feel. I think it will look cool with some all-terrain tires. But I'm not completely convinced about the look of this car. I don't know. There's some things that I love, some things that I don't love that much. Just on the design perspective, I don't know guys, for me, I don't know. It's a difficult one because there's a few things that I like. I love these daytime driving lights. Let's quickly unlock the vehicle again so you guys can actually see that again. Where's the key? Look at this key. It looks like a little mouse, hey? Anyway, let's unlock. See, I love these daytime driving lights. I love this look and feel. It looks very expensive, but then you get this plasticky bit over here, and it's not in a high gloss black, so kind of gives that plastic feel to it. And obviously if you see around here on the edges here, it feels like it's just been plonked on. But I mean, if you look at it from a distance, it does have that rugged look with this big grille and that Haval badge in front. I mean, it's not bad. Oh, I love that. I love the indicators, eh? And you can see it's got that keyless entry, so as soon as I walk to the vehicle, it will unlock. As soon as I walk away, it will lock itself. And of course, if I just touch the door handle, it has all of that. 360 surround cams, it has all of that. I love these 19-inch wheels. That is a standard throughout all the ranges. And then look at all these lines. See, there's a lot of different lines running through, so there's not really a certain flow going all the way through. This does look cool when you see it in the mirror though. It does give that, I don't know, Land Cruiser feel to it. And then if we move to the back over here, see you get the roof rails as a standard as well. At the back there's something that I do not like that much. I like these lights. It does look pretty cool if you just look at the light. But I don't know guys, doesn't this look a little bit funny to you? I mean, let me know in the comments. It's not ugly at all, don't get me wrong. This car, it's beautiful for what it is. That rugged look and feel to it, it's just not my, I don't know. It's just, if I look at the Haval H6 for instance, that's a beautiful car, if you get what I'm saying. So there's some things over here, it's not just flowing lacquer to me. It's like it's just there and there and there, you know. Does that make sense to you guys? I don't know. Inside looks pretty cool. Let's jump inside quickly. I'm not going to jump in, I just want to show you guys quickly. Inside, this look is awesome. I mean, funny, this is quite funny over here. You'll see now when we jump inside the vehicle what that is actually for. But it's a beautiful design inside, hey? It gives that rugged feel to it. Check there. Very rugged. It's just I don't know, it's a beautiful design inside. Now that I really like. These seats are also nice and soft. The outside, I'm just struggling a little bit with it, but spending a week with this car, I'm really getting used to the look of it. But it can't decide if it's flowy or square. So I don't know. Because I'm in two minds about it, I think this car will grow on you. But I've seen a little bit more beautiful cars out there. So for design and style, Today I'm going to give it a 6. Let me know if that's a fair score for you guys. Jumping into the boot of this car. So I love this. You just give it a small kick over there and this one actually works. See, there it pops open. All the technology always works in this car. 483 liters of boot space. Yes, it's not the biggest boot in the world. You can push these seats flat down to get that extra bit of space. One thing that I cannot understand is why can I not remove this? I mean, this is also very solid. You can see that here. It's a proper boot cover, and you can tilt this upwards like that to get that extra bit of space should you need to pack a big bag in here. But for the life of me, I can't seem to remove this, and it's kind of in the way. So I would like that to be removed. Anyway, at the bottom over here, you get a spare wheel, not a full-size spare wheel, but it's also not a Mari biscuit. But yeah, there's a lot of space in here that you are missing. This could have easily been a 600-liter boot space. So not the biggest boot space in the world, especially for such a big vehicle. So let's give it a kick again. So let's kick it closed again. Let's see. Right. So let's close it up again. So let's close it up. There we go. You do get an electric tailgate as a standard, but only auto tailgate from the Super Luxury upwards. 61-liter fuel tank. Just kidding, guys. It's on this side. 61-liter fuel tank. There we go. And this is obviously, I don't know why they say 92 RON. Probably that's what they have in China. But here you have 93 and 95. So you can put in whatever. Let's have a look at the rear space. Rear space is phenomenal, guys, and what I do like is at the back you also get these covers over here for your windows, so it helps a lot for the passengers at the back. But you can see it is a soft touch, very rugged and thick feel to it. It has ambient lighting as well. Soft touch over here, soft touch here. This is a hard plastic over here, but I mean it's a solid hard plastic. You get some cup holders over here, a nice cup holder over here, so you can get a lacquer 1.5 liter cold drink in here. 8-speed Haval sound system, so no Sony or anything like that. That is something that they can work on a little bit. But if you look inside here, very, very beautiful and very spacious, I have to say. Leather seats from the Super Luxury upwards and the leatherette on the Luxury. Not sure what leather it is, they just say real leather. Then of course I get a map holder over here, get some air vents and a USB port and an extra storage space at the bottom over there. But you can see there's ample amounts of space in here. Well, let me quickly show you what that space looks like. So easy to get in. This car's height is just perfect. It's much easier to get in. So you can see the space is very, very good at the back here. There's a lot of leg room, a lot of headroom. Yeah, guys, it's just, I don't know, there's nothing to complain about at the back here. These seats are nice and soft. It does feel like the seat is way too far back, but I guess you can push it a little bit up. Oh, there we go. Oh, now this is perfect. I mean, I can't complain about this. And then of course I've got my oh my gosh handle over here. Got a lacquer reading light at the back. So simple touch. It's not a touch like a touch. It's just a button, a physical button that you need to press. But guys, oh my gosh here, oh my gosh handle over here. Plenty of space at the back. Isofix as a standard, and if you pull this down you get an extra armrest with a cup holder in here. So 1, 2, 3 cup holders just in the rear seat. What more do you need? Let's quickly have a look at the front and see what the front space is all about. So at the front over here, you get an 8-way adjustable electric seat. I'm just going to switch this on auto over here with lumbar support. And of course, like I said, leather seats, heated and ventilated seats. So that is also a nice comfort feature. Checking on the side over here, soft touches everywhere. It really makes this car feel very, very premium. This is a bit plasticky though, and it's such a big chunk of plastic that it's kind of in your face, but very, very robust, and everything on here is robust. Even though it's got some plastics at the bottom, it's still such a solid plastic. And then of course you get your cup holder here, another cup holder, and some extra storage space there. Guys, there's so much space inside this vehicle. You get a little bit of a plastic over here, but it's a soft feel to it. Then you get soft touch over here. And yeah, guys, it's just a comfortable place to be seated in. There's a lot of space in here. I'll show you guys that just now. But let me show you guys the space before we jump in and look at the tech and features. Oh, also very easy to jump into. Let me just move my orange bottle, otherwise you're just going to see that. But you guys can see this is a very comfortable position. If I start the car up, you'll see now it's going to push my seat forward. There we go, and now I'm sitting in my driving position. So you can see you can move the steering wheel up, down, in and out. So that is very nice to get that perfect comfortable position. I also have 8-way maneuverability on my seats. I mean, look at this, guys, very symmetrical. It's just a beautiful place to be seated in. Look at all the space over here, so much space on the side over here. Everything is easy to reach. The screen is massive, and I can touch literally everything over here, and it's so easy to reach. Physical buttons over here for my aircon, so that is pretty nice. Physical buttons over here as well. So I don't know, guys, I think for comfort and practicality, it really feels phenomenal in here. There's nothing that I can bump that's going to hurt me. There's some soft touch over here as well for my knee. There's so much storage in here. I mean, there's storage here, there's storage at the bottom, there's storage in here, there's storage in here. If you move this, there's storage in there. Quite a lot of storage. I'll show you guys that just now when we jump inside the vehicle. But there's storage here, there's the cubby over here, there's so many places I can keep my cups, in here, in here, in there. So yeah, I think for comfort and practicality, except for the boot space that's a little bit low, I could still pack quite a lot in this vehicle, to be honest. I had this massive bag in there, and I still had some space to put other stuff in there as well. So I think just for the boot space, for that massive spare wheel there in the middle that takes a little bit of that space, I think I'm going to give this car comfort and practicality. I'm going to give it a solid 8. It's a proper score for this car, like really, really it is. Now let's quickly have a look at all the tech inside this vehicle. So like I said, this is a funny screen over here. I don't know why they put that there. I mean, I can see my car is in park, and then when I put it into drive, I can see it's in drive. But yeah, it also tells me a massive D, just to let you know, Justin, the car is actually in drive, eh? So onto the tech and features, guys. You can see I've got heads-up display over there. Let me zoom in. There you can see it. Proper heads-up display from the Super Luxury upwards. Leather steering wheel all around all the vehicles. I've got my flappy paddles over here. You can see I have physical buttons on my steering wheel. They are very confusing though. I'm going to be honest, guys. If I want to put up my volume, for instance, let me show you quickly. So I'm going to put up my volume. Now this took me a while to figure out. So I've got everything figured out now. So I'm going to press OK just to get that setting away there. So I'm going to put up my volume. See? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that works. But now if I want to move things around there, if I want to get different, if I want to see my tire pressure or whatever the case may be, I first have to press this button in. Bloop. See, now switch to instrument control. Now I press OK. Now I can go through my different settings. So I can see my tire pressure, I can see my trip computer, I can also see the radio station that I'm on. So if I want to press play, then I have to press that again. Press play, and then volume up, of course, and then volume down. Now if I want to move to something else again, then connect your phone. So you always have to, and then of course I can go to classic and off-road mode. That's pretty cool. Then I have to physically press this button again to be able to set my volume. Do you guys hear that? I still have no idea what that is. On the left hand side, I've got my cruise control. That's the one thing I didn't like about the cruise control. It's not very stable. So the cruise control, it doesn't keep its speed constantly. It goes, but I mean, that's okay. I can deal with that. I don't really drive with my cruise control a lot. But if you are going to go, it keeps it stable. It's only when you go uphill, it goes, So you can decide if you want to use that or not. But yeah, not something that I would use. On this side over here, if I press this, it opens up my camera automatically. And you can see it is a massive surround view. So I can go all around my vehicle. Wonder if I can do it here as well. There's a little bird saying, hello. Hey. Let's see if I can see that bird. Let's see if we can see it. Oh, there we go. You can see it running around there. But in any case, there's so many things that I can choose. I can see through my chassis. Assist view, of course, then I can see exactly close to my vehicle. So here it's at the back. There it's at the front wheels. And if you turn, you can see everything just here right by you. And then, of course, if I go out of that, rut view, okay, out of that. If I press the front button over here, you can see I can see everything right in front of my chassis over there, my bumper, so I don't hit anything. Like last night, for instance, there was a gas bottle in front of me, and luckily I had this to completely miss that. Smart view, okay, radar alarm, okay, so that's your PDC. But guys, you can see it is a very, very good camera system. Even at night, it is phenomenal. Like really, you see everything that you need to see. Okay, so out of the camera system, let's get into the tech over here. So Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course. You have a few settings over here. So off-road mode, I love this off-road mode. You can see exactly your tire pressures, you can see your pitch, your roll, you can see there the angle of your wheels. I can see if my diff is locked or not. So if I press this button over here, there my diff is locked. Okay, well, not available at this setting, so I have to put my car into off-road, sport, eco, snow, mud mode. So let's see what says mud. Can I do it in mud? Let's see. There we go. ESC is off. Forward assist is disabled. Okay, so let's switch that back off again. But how cool is that, guys? I mean, let's see, conqueror perspective. Oh, that's obviously just my camera. And then what if I press there? So let's go back into normal mode. But how cool is this, guys? And I can have my off-road mode over here as well. So let's go here. Let's go back, off-road mode. Check there. I even have an off-road mode on my instrument cluster, so I can see exactly what is going on over here if I'm standing on a pitch or a roll, standing uphill, for instance. That is very, very nice. I love that. So this is a 14.6-inch screen and a 12.3-inch instrument cluster. I mean, yeah, it's big enough. It really is big enough. Apple CarPlay looks awesome in this car as well. Here's my driver and memory seats, my head-up display, outside the vehicle, so I can change my ambient lighting and all of that. So yeah, just a lot of things that you can do here. You see here, guys, I can't, let's say, turn off, but it will still tell me that I'm still close to the car, keep my distance. So you can switch everything off. It's just I'm not exactly sure like where to switch. If I switch everything off, is it going to be completely off? I mean, but then I'll physically have to, there must just be a button to say on and off. That will be much easier, to be honest with you. So it even has live traffic signs, so it will tell you your speed limit that you can drive, like you can see there on the head-up display, and you can see there at the bottom there as well. So that is pretty cool. I can change my modes over here. So let's see, mode. So that's all for my aircon, so I can choose the different modes on the aircon. Right over here, immediate heated seats. You can't have the cooled seats over here. You physically have to press your seat and then jump into the cooled seats, but heated seats over there. Wireless charging with air vents to keep your phone nice and cool. Wireless charging is only on the Super Luxury. Love this gear knob, eh? How cool is that? Yes, and this thing is solid, guys. This thing is very solid. This is for your drive modes. You also have an auto drive mode, so if I press that, it will automatically detect in what sort of condition I'm in. Then it will detect, okay, you driving on sand or on a rough road, it will go into the uneven mode, for instance. And then I've got a cool thing over here. Check this, guys. So I've got a very tall bottle. I push it in. If I push this button, whoop, it pops up again. So here's your center armrest over here with some extra storage space at the bottom over there. I mean, guys, you really have a lot of storage space. There's a 12-volt socket in there as well. Yeah. Taking features, there's just a lot, like really. Auto dimming mirrors, you get this massive sunroof over here, a sunglass holder, which is pretty cool. So if I pop this open, it's not an auto, like auto click, for instance. You have to keep it in to open up the blind, and then you keep it in like this to open up your sunroof. Hey, now that is pretty cool. And you know what's cooler than that? When you walk away from the vehicle, and it locks, it will automatically close all the windows and your sunroof as well. So it will make sure that the vehicle is locked and properly closed as you walk away from the vehicle. So you never have to really look back and see if anything is closed. And that is a very nifty feature for me as well. I do like that. So I think for tech and features, guys, even with the normal luxury, the tech is phenomenal. This car is fully packed. The advanced driver assistance systems as well, they work super well. Like, they're very intuitive. It really works well. For tech and features at this price point, if you know everything, because it's very difficult to figure it out, but if you know everything, there's just too many things you have to go into to change things. I will still give it a solid 8, because you don't get this at this price point. 100%, this car has everything in it. Yeah, and I absolutely love that. Now let's quickly have a look at the engine. Where's this thing? Ah, there we go. Oh, it's nice and orange. So let's see, where's this thing? Oh, that was pretty easy. And at least it has shock absorbers over here, so that makes life a lot easier because this is quite a big car. But let's jump into the engine quickly. So it is a little bit dirty in here. Not my fault, I promise. But this is a 2-liter turbo engine, so that's your standard engine in the Haval H7. So 170 kilowatts and 380 newton meters of torque. Then it's also mated with a 9-speed DCT box. So when we get out on the road, I will tell you a little bit more of the fuel consumption. You also get the hybrid version, which is a 1.5-liter turbo mated with hybrid technology with a DHT gearbox. I think it says dedicated hybrid technology or something. Dedicated hybrid transmission or something like that. That has 179 kilowatts and 520 newton meters of torque, but only a 4x2. So yes, this super luxury over here, the 2-liter turbo, is the only 4x4 that you get in this range. So let's take it out for a drive and see what it feels like out there on the road. Now for the members, if you want to become a member of this channel and see the vehicles firsthand, because I mean when I post this vehicle, some of them are scheduled, you will be the first to be able to see these vehicles. And also for the first 5 members, I will send free t-shirts, only here in South Africa though. We will get international a little bit later on in this channel, but guys, for the first 5 members in South Africa, I will send you a free Justin on Cars t-shirt. So we will stay in touch and we will exchange obviously addresses and all of that, and I will send you the free t-shirt. You must just send me your size. So first 5 members, come on guys, it's like $10 a month, I think it is, for the lowest membership. $10 a month, I mean come on. If you in America, for instance, it's like 50 cents which is nothing, and it will get better. There will be exclusive content and all of that, so make sure you become a member today, 100%. Thanks guys. Driving the Haval or GWM Haval H7. Do you guys hear that? There's a funny goo sound, and I'm not sure if it's actually just because the engine is cold. We'll hear when it actually heats up a little bit if it still makes that noise. But first impressions of driving this car, it's really a very good drive. Like there's obviously 1 or 2 hiccups. I had the car for the week and we took it on a long distance road trip that you guys will also see. Then we'll do a fuel consumption test on the car, so that will come onto YouTube very soon. But it was a pleasant drive, guys. Like honestly, the driving feel of this car is phenomenal. Like it is a smooth drive. It's got subtle, like proper power. I'm saying subtle because it is very subtle. Yes, I know it is bright and early today. It's not very bright, but it's early. But in any case, yeah, the power delivery of this car is smooth. It's like a very linear power delivery. So it's not instant, like kicks you. Sometimes when you put your foot down, you feel that turbo kick in and then whoosh, there we go. But it's not like so super aggressive. But this 170 kilowatts, check there. It's not a slouch, eh? And this 9-speed DCT box really works well with this engine. Like it really works well. Sometimes I still have to, if I put my foot down, there's a bit of a delay because then it has to go through 9 gears to decide which one it actually needs to be in to actually put that power down. But other than that, yes guys, I'm pleasantly surprised with how this car feels. Like honestly, going over bumps, swerving out for potholes, the direct steering, it really is such a sublime drive. I've been very impressed about this drive. Like I say, there's 1 or 2 things that did bother me a little bit, but it's all settings that you can set. So if you don't like the vehicle slowing down, yes, it's got a thing where if you have your cruise control on and you go into a corner, it will actually slow the car down, and then so that you can actually take that corner on a steady pace and not be too quick for the corner or anything like that. So that is pretty cool. But for me, I just like taking the corner. If it's a little bit of a risk, I mean, come on, I know exactly what I want to do. But sometimes you take a corner, driving through the pass, you take a corner a little bit too quickly because you're not too sure how sharp that corner is. So especially if you don't know the roads, this car will slow you down immediately. And it doesn't brake aggressively and switch the weight around. It does it gradually inside the corner to actually keep you stable. So that is pretty cool. But you can switch these things off if it actually bothers you, because not everyone likes those kind of features. Check here, power down. it just puts power down like it's nothing. You do get a few different driving modes. You get your eco, so we can go into eco, normal, sport mode. Then you also get your snow mode, mud mode, sand mode, grass and gravel mode, uneven mode, and then back into normal mode. And you can feel as soon as when you're driving at a constant speed and you change these modes, you can feel how the vehicle adapts according to how the vehicle adapts, the throttle response and all of that. So that's also pretty cool. It's very, very quick and responsive. And I mean, guys, it's such a quiet drive. There's minimal wind noise. For such a big vehicle, I didn't feel that the wind was blowing me around too much. Maybe a little bit, because when you're driving straight and the wind blows here in Cape Town, it does move the car a little bit, but that happens with every car. And because this is a boxy shape, I thought it's going to be hectic, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. Everything inside the car feels pretty good as well. My elbows and everything are very symmetrical. You can't switch everything off. That is the other thing that actually bothers me a tad bit, is that you can't switch off everything. So, well, maybe you can, I just can't find that button. If I get close to a vehicle, it keeps on warning me, maintain your distance, maintain your distance. And it's kind of annoying every now and then, but for like, if I do this, check, the car is direct. I mean, if I turn my steering wheel, it turns. It's not a wobbly turn. You know, in the older days where the Chinese brands just came out, when you turn your steering wheel, it felt like the wheels were turning and then the car comes and then you get this wobble feel. Not at all with this car. This car is solid. It doesn't feel like I'm driving this massive SUV, because usually an SUV would give you almost like a bucky truck sort of feel. This feels like a big car. It doesn't feel massive when you're driving on the road. If I park or anything like that, it's not the biggest thing. It doesn't, with this camera system, you can literally see everything and you can make parking a lot easier, even though it doesn't have the self-park functions. But parking is so much easier with all the camera systems, and going into a corner you can see where the curbs are. So it really makes this big car feel much smaller. And check here, I'm going to put my foot down now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, it's quick. It does not have an initial delay of moving. The delay is in the gearbox trying to change gears and trying to find the right gear. But if you're in sport mode, so I'm going to go into sport mode now and then have a look at this quickly. Well, I accidentally went into manual, and if you're in manual, it's obviously very responsive. Check, I put my foot down. You see, it just goes, like it really just goes. But let's get back into drive. Okay, we're back into drive now. So let's see. This is in sport mode now, guys. 1, 2, 3. See, I don't know why it did that. It's like it goes and then it's kind of like, okay, now it's much smoother. You feel that torque, eh? In sport, it's much more responsive. Like there's minimal lag over there. So check here, I'm in 6th gear now. 1, 2, 3. And then of course you have the flappy paddle, so you can go straight into manual and not have any issues at all. So yeah, that is pretty cool. I think for driving feel, I mean, there's things that they can still work with. I think for driving feel in general, I'm going to give this car an 8, because it feels very solid. It's just a phenomenal car to drive. It's definitely worth your money on the driving feel. So 100%, I'm giving this a solid 8. So with the fuel consumption, I'm currently sitting at 10.9 liters per 100 kilometers after resetting. So that was after the long distance drive, a little bit of in-town driving as well. So quite a good average. I mean, that really is, it's long distance and in town. I think it's about a 60 long distance, 40 split in town, and I'm getting 10.9 liters per 100 kilometers. It's not that bad. After this morning's start on the vehicle, I'm getting 17.8, but obviously you guys know that yeah, we've been driving it, we've been pushing it a little bit. So yeah, 17.8 or 17.5. So the longer I drive now, the better it gets. But in 17.3, still going down. But in general, after resetting, after 1,059 kilometers, 65 kilometers an hour average speed, yeah, 10.9 liters per 100 kilometers. That's our average speed that we've, that's our average fuel consumption that we've achieved. Not too bad, eh? Now let's test out the driver assistance. So I'm going to put my ELK on, so I guess that's the lane change assistance, and my steering is in comfort. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at this. So I'm going to drive my 70 k's an hour. Now let's push it into the line. Guys, this is phenomenal. Check here. I'm going to push it into the line. Check, it's going to keep me in my lane. And this one also pulls you back into the middle, so it keeps you stable and solid. Emergency lane activated. Okay, I mean, interesting. So check here, hands off the steering wheel. It just keeps me in my lane, it keeps me solid. It's not swerving me around the whole time. Check here, guys. Now this is fantastic. Honestly, this is really, really fantastic. Okay, telling me to put my hands back on the steering wheel. But I mean, you don't get this in every affordable car. Some of them swerve you around like you're sitting in a roller coaster without a safety belt. This one really, it's just such a smooth drive. It really is one of the best lane change assistances out there, 100%. It even tells you in your heads up, okay. It even tells you in your heads up display, see the blue line? So if I go into the corner, you'll see it goes green, and then sometimes it will go yellow. So it even tells you there if you're close to the line. I mean, how fantastic is that? This car is very, very innovative. Okay, so now let's talk value for money. So at this price point, starting at 600,000, well, let's call it 605,000 Rand, you really do get a lot. It's a massive car. There's a lot of space in the car. Yes, it's got a little bit of a smaller boot compared to the rest out there, but you get a lot of tech and features. This is one of the best driving cars. Like, this car really drives phenomenally. The advanced driving assistants work very well. You can now get them used for about 600,000 Rand. This Super Luxury, so a demo with what, 3,000 k's on the clock or something like that for 600. Well, I saw one with 8,000 k's if I'm not mistaken for 600,000 Rand. So that's already a 74,000 Rand knock off the price. So value for money, yes guys, you can get them for almost 7,000 Rand a month. I mean, does that not speak value for money to you? Inside it feels very premium and plush. With this Super Luxury, you get leather seats, so the soft touches everywhere. I don't know guys, it is really proper value for money. Yes, there's a few things like the armrest in the middle, like if you keep your arm there too long and you remove your arm, it does click a little bit, but it's not annoying things. It's not things that's going to bother you in the long run. I mean, you also get a 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty on this vehicle. You get a 7-year 75,000 kilometer maintenance plan on this car. Yes, there's some of them that are a little bit better, that gives you 100,000 kilometers, but I mean guys, what you get here with this phenomenal car driving as soft as it does, the value for money on this vehicle, it must be a 9. I can't looks like all the cars I give a 9 because people just really build proper cars these days. But if we look at what you get in this car with this value for money, even with this engine, which is not too heavy on fuel, yeah guys, I can't complain. So yes, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for value for money. So go get one of these guys, 100%. Don't always look at the looks. I mean, that's the only thing that will put me off of this car, is just the look of it. But I can live with that, because when you're sitting behind the steering wheel, you don't really care about what the vehicle looks like, and it still draws attention. People really look around to see what is going on here. So yeah, my personal opinion, value for money, I would certainly put my money into this car, especially if I have a family and I have to travel around quite often. So there we go guys, a solid 39 out of 50. I think that's a very good score, 78% in total. So with 78%, that still means you can still go and drive other cars, test them out and see what will work best for you. The only thing that brought this down a little bit is obviously the design and style, but you have to remember this is my personal opinion. But I really think that 78%, there's a lot of big factors in this car that really make it stand out to the competitors. But guys, remember, the first 5 members will get free t-shirts only here in South Africa, so make sure you become a member and don't just necessarily go for the 10 Rand one. Come on, support a brother over here. I'm just kidding guys. Remember to like, subscribe and share with your friends so that more people can see these wonderful vehicles, and hit that notification bell for notifications on new uploads. So thanks very much for watching this video guys, and thanks so much for all your support. I hope you have a lovely day. Stay safe. Peace.